What is up, everybody? It is your boy Razorbacks Rule, and it's kind of a late night tonight, but I really don't care. So tonight we are gonna be starting our predictions for each SEC team. As you know, I will be doing every SEC team for predictions from A to V. So yeah, we'll be doing the predictions for the SEC teams this year. So first off, we got Alabama, a team that is Alabama is going into its first year without Nick Saban at the helm. And Kalen DeBoer, a guy who took Washington to the national title, comes in at Alabama. So, yeah, but still losing Nick Saban will be hard. How will Alabama fare to their new role under Kalen DeBoer and as a head coach? Well, we take a look at their schedule. This is their schedule. Kind of a little tough. It's kind of a little tough than what it was in the Nick Saban era, since this is the first year under Kalen DeBoer. I do think they beat Western Kentucky and USF in the first two games. I think those will be two good, easy wins right there for the Kalen DeBoer era. Western Kentucky and USF. Western Kentucky, they could be good, but I don't know. But I think those will be two easy wins for Alabama to start off the season. But USF, they did play Alabama close at home last year. USF did play Alabama close at home last year, so you may never know. But since it is at home, I think I'm gonna take Alabama right there, and I think they should blow them out pretty easily. Then they go on the road at Wisconsin, the first true road test for Kalen DeBoer at Alabama, going up against Luke Fickell and the Wisconsin Badgers. The Wisconsin Badgers, I think they're going to be a good team next year, but I just don't think they're going to be on the level of Alabama. I expect this game to be close for like a half or so. Wisconsin will play with them, but in the second half, I think Alabama will pull away, and they will get this win on the road at Wisconsin to start off 3-0 on the year. Then they get Georgia at home. Georgia, let's be honest, they're going to be a real dangerous team next year. It will no Nick Saban. Kirby Smart is now the best head coach in college football. But here's the plus side for Alabama is they get Georgia at home. Sorry. The plus side for Alabama is they get Georgia at home. But Georgia is going to be a real good team next year. I think Carson Beck is going to really take the next step into being a great quarterback. And I think I like Georgia's things next year. So I like home field advantage, but it ain't good again. But I don't think it'll be enough to go up take off against a very good Georgia team. Alabama suffers their first loss of the year against the Bulldogs. And then they go on the road at Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt, I really don't know much about them. They do get Diego Pavilion coming in, but really, I really don't know what to expect from this team. So I think Alabama should win that game on the road pretty easily. Sorry about that. Anyway, we go, and then they play South Carolina at home. I like South Carolina. Oh my gosh, I need to stop coughing. Anyway, they do get South Carolina at home. South Carolina, we don't know what to expect from Shane Beamer and his offense. They don't have Spencer Rattler anymore and no Xavier Legette. They're losing a lot of talent to the NFL, so we really don't know what to expect from Carolina next year, and thus I think Alabama should win this one. So a 5-1 start for Alabama. Then they go on the road at Tennessee. I think last year, Tennessee finished 8-4 with a 4-4 record in the SEC. I think this is going to be a much better Tennessee team I'll be a much better Tennessee team next year. With Nico Amalavio coming in, but the dude is a freshman QB, but he is a sophomore QB. But Tennessee will be real high. I think this is going to be like a run up tempo offense, but then again, I wouldn't get my hopes too high because you need to remember, Nico's only a sophomore, so I would love for Tennessee to win, but since it's a freshman and Monroe's more experienced, I'm going to go with Alabama here on the road, take down Tennessee, y'all are gonna be mad at me, but I'll take Alabama to get the 6-1 on the year. Then they get Missouri at home. Missouri will be a great team next year. You got Brady Cook and Luther Burden returning. You are losing Cody Schrader to the NFL, so I don't know. Who's going to replace that back spot. But other than that, Missouri has got some good talent coming back next year. So Alabama, I don't know how they're going to match up. I think Missouri comes on the road and takes the win. So Missouri will beat Alabama at home. Then they go on the road at LSU. The Tigers of LSU. I mean, LSU is coming off of a 9-3 season. They are losing Jaden Daniels, Malik Neighbors, Brian Thomas. They are losing a lot of talent to the NFL next year. So we don't know what to expect. I mean, Garrett Nussmeier does come in, but we don't really know what to expect from an LSU team that's losing a lot of talent. So I think Alabama should be able to get this win on the road to get them to 7-2 on the year. Then they should easily beat Mercer. That would put them at 8-2. You should easily beat an FCS team. Then they go on the road at Oklahoma. I mean, I don't think they're going to be in for a real rude awakening next year. I think Alabama goes on the road. I mean, it is on the road, so you never know what's going to happen there. But Oklahoma's usually good at home, but Alabama should get the win on the road. Then they play Auburn at home. The Iron Bowl. The Iron Bowl is always a classic, but it's always a classic at Auburn. When it's in Alabama usually wins pretty easily. So I really don't expect much from Auburn coming into Bryant-Denny. So Auburn takes the win. So that means I got Alabama finishing 10-2 with a 7-2 record in the with a 6-2 record in the SEC. So coming off of the Nick Saban era, 10-2. That's a pretty good first season, if you ask me, because you're losing Nick Saban. That is a college football Hall of Fame coach. You're not going to be able to replace a guy like that. So I think a 10-2 season. That's a good start for the first year under Kalen DeBoer. Now this team. Now the best case scenario for this Alabama team is Kalen DeBoer becomes the next great at Alabama, and Alabama goes 12-0, and they become more. Jalen Milroe was a beast, and they become the biggest powerhouse in the SEC and win the national championship. The worst case scenario, though, is Alabama goes down and Nick Saban's loss affects them really well, and they go 7-5 or 6-6. But I really don't see that happening. So I see a 10-2 year. So yeah, this is a great season. So yeah, I like Alabama. I think they do got a real bright future ahead with Kalen DeBoer, but I think 10-2 is going to be the season of what Alabama